Check it, big. Yeah, we got Voch in the building, humping the chair.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
Let's go, man. Final word.
Special guest to the final word.
Voch Lombardi. The final word.
Special guest to the final word.
Voch Lombardi.
There we go.
Alright. There we go. Yes, indeed, man. Got the big homie.
The final word.
Got the big homie. Got the original. Big Game James in the building. Y'all know what's going down.
The final word. The final word.
Special guest to the final word.
Voch Lombardi. The final word.
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 Special guest to the final word.
Voch Lombardi. The final word.
Special guest to the final word.
Voch Lombardi.
Yeah, man. Took her business on Philly. Got a lot to talk about. It's gonna be a freestyle too. Ain't nothing like a freestyle, man. Freestyling with boys who know what they talking about make the job so easy, believe me.
The final word.
The final word.
It'll be
The
interesting
final
today.
word.
The final word. Trust
Special
me, we
guest to
already
the
kicking
final
off the
word.
show.
Voch Lombardi. The final word.
Special guest to the final word.
Voch Lombardi.
Alright. Boy, they in the building already. I love it, man. Y'all come on in. Boy, I said LFG. Yeah, man. It's gonna be a fire show
The
today,
final
man.
word.
Boy, I got the fire emojis. Let's get it. Boy, I said the final word with the fire. Yeah.
The final word.
I see Tariq all in the building. See
The
what up,
final word.
Cowboy
Special
Nation
guest to
family?
the final word.
Voch Lombardi.
Yeah, man, it feels good to win. All day. Yes, indeed.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word. Physicality. On offensive speed, on defense. Love it. Yup. Boy said, finally, Voch has shown up to talk his shit on the final word. He was always an invite away, though. He ain't never been.
The final word.
Special
Y'all would've
guest
been
to the final word.
Voch Lombardi.
The
final word.
Special guest to the final word.
Voch Lombardi.
It's going down, baby. Oh.
The final words.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
Special guest to the final word.
Voch Lombardi.
It's time to start the show, man. Enough of all that. What's up, man? So we got the OG in the building. Voch, welcome to the final word. Finally get to rock with you again. Thanks always, because the last time I rocked with you, we was talking about the Boss Cowboy God. So first, what's on your mind, big homie? What you got?
First and foremost, man, appreciate everybody for coming through, man. Appreciate everybody for holding us down, man. We need this, you know what I mean? We need y'all to come through when we call upon y'all. We don't exist without y'all, first and foremost. Second thing, everything is better with a Cowboy W, you know what I'm saying? You feel a little softer on your skin, you know what I'm saying? Work is a little easier. The water tastes a little better, so I want y'all to enjoy that, because if you would have lost, they'd have talked crazy to you, you know what I'm saying? Be the obnoxious Cowboy fan that they want you to be, because they're going to hate you anyway. And third, before we get started, me and Big Game James like to holler and raise our voice, but like we not fighting nothing like that. So just don't think that it's getting out of hand or nothing. It's just that I'm competitive and he competitive. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we work. Can I just tell one quick story before we get started?
Man, go.
So me and Big Game James in this fancy football thing I put together, you know what I'm saying? and Big Game James hate to lose to me. First of all, he can't beat me in nothing. First of all,
wait.
I'm not waiting on nothing. I'm not waiting on nothing.
You up 2-1.
That's what Big Game James do. That's what Big Game James do. See, Big Game James thought he had a little comfortable lead. You know what I'm saying? So he hit me on.
No, I didn't see you live because see,
it's on the internet.
I hit you up on Twitter. Go ahead and put it. You can see it on Twitter because
if it's true,
I'll let
can
you
I
talk? But I'm a. Yes, you can talk.
Big Game James was like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? When he had the lead, it was like, it's nothing better than beating Voch. I love beating Voch.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. See, you're lying.
But then,
see, you're lying. You're lying.
When Voch come back and smoke Big Game James,
tell the
it's all about luck,
tell
man.
the truth.
Fantasy football is all about luck. Big Game James wants nothing to do with me in anything.
No, you a liar.
Thanks for having me, though.
First of all, if you're going to tell the truth, tell it all the way. When I sent that tweet out, I tagged you and I said, I don't care about beating anybody on this channel except you. I said, you're the only one I want to beat. And I had the lead, and I said, I'm hoping that Mark Andrews plays bad so I can take the victory. He happened to play good. That's why you won. So stop your lies.
You confirmed what I said. You wanted to win badly.
No, you didn't.
You wanted to beat Voch.
Of course I want. Yeah, I want to beat you because I don't like losing to you. I don't like losing, period. But you definitely
Boss
right.
Cowboy.
I don't like
I'm
losing
listening.
to you, period.
I'm gonna fight.
Boss OC. This is the funny part. When he was winning, it was all about beating Voch. It was all about winning versus Voch. But when I won, all of a sudden, this is a game of luck. If you're the most lucky, then you win.
It is a game of luck. Even if I won, you know it's a game of luck. You know it's a game of luck.
This doesn't.
It ain't no damn game of skill. So just
So who's winning now? That's what I want to know. Who's winning now? Who's winning?
Actually, I'm winning. Actually, I'm the one that's winning.
I haven't won a game yet.
You know what I'm saying? Actually,
you want to know why
me.
you never won a game? You want to know why you haven't won a game? Because I beat the shit out your Big Game.
Whoa!
You didn't beat the shit out of nobody. You'll never beat the shit out of me. First of all, and second of all, you barely escaped out of there. So just cut it out and post a score. You beat me by like 5 points. So cut it out.
This ain't horseshoes, player. This ain't.
I don't care. Cut it out.
Y'all funny, man.
Hey, I got something. Hey, I got something.
Yeah,
I'm getting ready to come off the top turnbuckle. All right, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now. The OC started this fight. The show we just did a show, and I didn't even know he was gonna end it like this. I'm gonna just give y'all. I'm gonna give y'all right now what we were talking about. We were talking about competition and new competition that's forming just naturally through the season. And OC, you can make your point. I'm not gonna make your point. You make your own point. What you got, homie? Because we were talking about Gallup and Cedric Wilson.
Yeah, so the only thing I said is this, man. I said Wilson is doing his thing, man. He's running underneath routes very well. He's catching the football and getting open. So that's what he's doing, man. He's only targeted, what, about 10 times this whole season. He's averaging, what, 2 receptions a game. He's not a big part of the offense, but he's supplemental on underneath routes. He's doing his thing. He's not an equal to Michael Gallup at the top of the route tree in no shape, form, or fashion, Boss Cowboys, what I said before you cut me off at the end of the show. But I said what I said, man. That's what it is, man. He's complimentary. He's doing his thing. He's doing his job. He's getting open. He's catching the football underneath, man.
You said more than that.
Yeah, I said that he's equal to him on the underneath routes in terms of running the underneath routes, not at the top of the route tree. If you look at the tape and you study these guys, man, he's comparable to him with the underneath routes, man. That's what I said, and I'm saying it again.
So
There you go.
in competition right now, I just want to make sure I'm clear on this because I did make me move a little bit too fast on you.
You sure did.
All right, so let me, because
You
I'm
sure
finna
did.
slam you hard as hell. Because I
No,
thought
you
you
sure
had
did.
said Cedric Wilson was on Gallup level, but
No,
I do
I didn't say
like.
that.
So I want to get y'all in on this. So what's y'all thoughts on that in terms of the competition that's starting to kind of potentially form between Cedric Wilson and Gallup?
Well, just on my opinion, I made a post about it earlier today on Twitter. I said I wasn't trying to ruffle the feathers, but with Cedric Wilson playing as good as he is, will the Cowboys be looking at this down the line to try to lowball Gallup when that contract comes up? Because now they see Cedric Wilson is saying, okay, Cedric Wilson can play special teams. Cedric Wilson has come in, and a lot of people, and Kellen Moore and those guys were like, yes, we're going to miss Gallup, but we're not going to miss a beat with Cedric Wilson, and the team hasn't. I feel like they're going to continue to look at that. And if Cedric Wilson can continue to contribute like they are, I really don't feel like they're going to offer that kind of money to Gallup. They'll probably try to lowball him because now they're like, well, we got another emergence of a receiver. You can always draft another one. So I don't know if Cedric Wilson is on his level, but Cedric Wilson is a very good player as far as him since he's developed. And we liked Cedric Wilson when he came out of Boise State. A lot of people liked him, but he was just injured, and a lot of people were worried if he was injury prone. He finally got healthy, and he's shown things. So I think it's going to be a conversation that's going to be talked about at the end of the year, especially the way he's come in and slide right in. The offense hasn't missed a beat.
What you got, Voch?
I mean, you got your main guys, and then you got your complementary guys. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that Cedric is better than Gallup or as good as Gallup, but neither one of those guys are main guys. We can exist just moving those dudes around because what we do with the offense. Shouts out to Kellen Moore and what he do. That's why we can see Noah Brown come in for a handful of plays and be good. That's why, like last year, 2 years ago, Devin, whatever his face is, Devin Smith can just come in and just fit into that offense. You know what I mean? Because the spot is set, so we can manufacture things to him. We can just go at him. There's some things that Gallup can do that Cedric not going to do. Gallup is more of a high point guy. Gallup is more of a physical yak dude. Cedric is a yak cat. Cedric is a route running cat. But as long as you got Lamb and Coop, you should be good.
No doubt. Okay, so in
Cut
terms
both
of that,
of them, basically. Draft and cut both of them, basically.
I think we talked about it already. Boss, I think we've already talked about it anyway when we were talking about Gallup earlier this year.
It starts.
We already talked about this.
But go ahead, James.
Come on, man.
I was just
We
tripping.
already talked about this with Gallup that I said he wasn't going to get a second contract. I was the one I'm not just me. I'm just saying he wasn't going to get this second contract because why would they pay? Everybody's like, well, the cap is going up, so they'll pay him that money. But why would they pay him $16 million a year, especially when you got Cedric Wilson stepping up and you can draft, and they love to draft. And Stephen Jones, he's going to undercut you as far as that money, and they're going to put an offer. And if you don't like it, they're going to be like, well, okay, we can move on because we'll be able to do this. So Gallup ain't a one. He's not a one. He's not.
Yeah, and this is obvious. It's been all the way real. Like him being out and Cedric Wilson stepping up has totally killed Michael Gallup's value. Like it's exactly what Voch said. Somebody said Voch cold-blooded. Actually, that's the business of football. When somebody show you that somebody else can do your job just as good, that just takes away your value. So that actually makes what Voch said just honest and just straight up. It's the cold-blooded business of football. And Cedric Wilson is just showing, hey, bro, You a number 3, a number 2. We got the 2 number 1s, and we go rock with them. I want to talk about somebody that I think is very susceptible and also the subject of competition. All right. So with competition, I was also looking at Randy Gregory versus Michael Parsons. Okay. Because that's a small, quiet competition that's starting to build momentum. Voch, if I remember correctly, you are on record wanting Parsons to be a full-time pass rusher. Am I correct?
I ain't say that, man. Where you heard me say that at?
Okay, I just want to make sure. I thought I heard you say that. Give me your thoughts on it, then I'll catch up.
Shit, I don't know. I think it's a very nuanced conversation, man. We probably got to wait till the end of the year to really like figure it out, because on one hand, you can be like, oh, well, we'll just find another linebacker that can run and hit, but they ain't gonna run a 4-3. You know what I'm saying? And then you can be like, okay, well, I just try to find a pass rush somewhere. And I run 4-3s neither. I mean, you saw last night they was doing a bunch of read option stuff, and Jalen Hurts was trying to get to the corner. Michael Parsons from the opposite edge, not even on the play side edge, from backside edge, running his ass all the way down. You don't get 4-3s at the end neither. So in my mind, you got to draft and acquire players like Micah don't exist, and just kind of fill in the gaps as you go, you know, and just as you play different kind of guys, you know, different teams or whatever, you just kind of fit in with that. You know, once upon a time, we had this thing that kept Jordan Lewis on this team. Like, hey, when we ever play the Saints again, we're going to put Jordan on Kamara. I don't know. That's probably Parsons' job this year. You know what I mean? So we just got to see him grow and see what he turns into. When he gets that off-season peanut butter and get 30 pounds bigger, he might be a full-time DN. We don't know.
So I want to ask a question real quick to everybody. I'm going to throw this whole thing out here. So what if Michael Parsons, by the time Tank get back, is just playing way better than Randy Gregory, and you got to start the rotation with your 2 ends, even if you're making them outside linebackers? What do you do if Michael Parsons is playing that much better? Because you said peanut butter. I think it's some good peanut butter sitting out there for the Dallas Cowboys this week for both of those guys. Cameron Irvin is the starting left tackle.
Yeah,
to me,
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's that peanut butter. That's that steak. That's that meat sitting out there for Randy Gregory and Parsons. If they don't eat off this dude and put up some crazy film, to me, this should be the film that can either solidify, start this conversation even louder, or totally just kill it in terms of who will be your 2 if you had to make it right now.
Well, yes and no, Boss Cowboy, because what the Carolina Panthers have done the first 3 weeks of the season is hide a weaker tackle, okay?
Yeah.
And they hide them with double tights. They hide them with play action passes. They love the 2 route. They love throwing out into the flats. They love catch and release balls. So that hides a weaker tackle. He doesn't got to hold up for 5 seconds, man. He can hold up for 2 or 3, and the ball is gone when Sam Darnold's foot hits the back foot. That ball is coming out. And so that's what they've done very, very effectively in protecting their quarterback. So you may not see as much activity in this game as you want to. Now, if the Carolina Panthers get down in this game early, they're going to have to open up and pass. And then that's when you'll see Randy Gregory and or Michael Parsons be able to eat.
Yeah. And what's your thoughts on that, Voch?
Shit, I mean, make it work. You know, we was mad at Mike Nolan because he looked at Dorrance Armstrong. He was like, hey, we're going to play Armstrong, or we're going to play what's-his-face that don't play with us no more. We're going to put Randy Gregory on the bench. And everybody in the fan base like, hey, look, just find a way to get all of them on the field. So if you're Dan Quinn, that's your job. If you got to move D-Law to 3-tech to put Parsons on the outside, do your thing. If you're going to lead, well, D-Law ain't playing this week, no way. But just in the future references, if you want to put somebody else on the outside and just blitz Michael from A and B gap and do your gap exchanges, do your stunts or whatever. You know what I mean? Let him and Osa do some work. You know what I mean? Just find a way to figure it out. Or get fired.
Got you. I got you. Big. What's your thoughts on that, man?
I mean, bouncing off both of these guys, Dan Quinn is doing, if you watched him even in this Philly game, you saw Osa on the outside. You saw Golston rushing on the outside. You saw Golston sliding on the inside. I think they're already doing that, moving those guys around because they're versatile enough to do that. I mean, if we've always been seeing that the Cowboys like their players, especially defensive players, to be able to play multiple positions, more than one, so they can flex them and move them around. I think that's what they're going to continue to do. Even when D-Law comes back, I don't feel like you should keep Micah Parsons strictly at the D end because he offers too much. You can do too many things with him. And you've seen it even when D-Law was in. They were having D-Law in the middle playing over the zero. They had Micah and they had Randy Gregory. And like you said, now you got Osa sliding on the outside. Golson is finally back now. Dorrance Armstrong Jr., you got Bradley and Nye. You got so many combinations that you can do. So don't pigeonhole any of these players. Find the best thing that works for them and attack it, because you'll be able to attack a team differently each week.
And see, when I was looking at, and especially when you look at what they're doing the past 2 weeks, they've been primarily using Parsons as a pass rusher. It's like, how many plays will he make before somebody say, you know what? Say, man, he might just be a way better asset as a full-time pass rusher. Like, at what point could that happen? Because he keep on making plays, somebody gonna have to say that.
I think you can't really do that because he's the best cover dude on your team too, the best cover linebacker on your team too. Like, he's a 4-3 guy. Ain't nobody else 4-3 guys. You know what I mean? So that just kind of make it weird. You don't want to just leave him in one spot. That'll be a disservice to him. And with the DN rotation, he probably played like 30% of the snaps. You know what I'm saying? Well, not like 60-something% of the snaps or whatever. If he had Mike or whatever, he'll probably play 70 or 80. You just want to keep the best guys on the field. So it's a problem.
It's a good problem.
It's a great ass problem. I wish people quit getting sick and shit and going to the club and getting COVID and all that. I wish we could fix that, but shit, we all right.
Yeah, man, it's one of those things that got me curious. And let me push back a little bit on you, Voch.
Sure.
What about the impact of a full-time pass rusher? Even though you're 100% right, nobody go take away from the fact of what you said, that if you do make him a full-time pass rusher, you go get less snaps out of him. But the impact of those snaps is what counts. And Okoye made that point last week when we had this debate. And it was almost like, would you rather take less snaps but get more impact, or get more snaps and get less impact if you're getting maximum impact from a rusher?
I don't think Parsons is that guy. I didn't mean to cut you off, Voch, but I just think Parsons is different, yo. Parsons is different. Parsons can do all this. I mean, I don't feel like Parsons is that normal type guy. So I get what you're saying. I just don't pigeonhole this dude. This ain't a kid or a player that you can say, let's keep him at defensive end. Let's keep him at linebacker. He's not that type of player. You can do just so much with him. So use him to where you can do it. I mean, find those mismatches with him. If this is a down where, okay, let's send him on the rush in because his tackle is terrible. Let's send him on D-Law's side. Then do it. You know what I mean? If you have a time where you can send him and have Randy stand up, I mean, you can mix and match. That's the beautiful of this thing with what we call depth, because it's been a long time since the Cowboys have had depth. They've always been top heavy with their stars, and once of those guys go down, it's almost like the season's over because you don't have any capable backups. Now the Cowboys have capable backups to where people sit out, guys come right back in, and you don't miss a beat. So if you have that, man, just keep on using a mismatch, especially with Parsons, dog. He's an elite enemy for offenses.
Yeah, boss Cowboy. I mean, Michael Parsons is just a weapon, right? He's a weapon. So you use a weapon however you need to use that weapon to help you win football games and take away what the other team does well. I think, to answer your point more specifically, right, I think that here's the deal. I think that based upon the productivity of the young pass rushers and how D-Law looks when he gets back, I think that dictates how many snaps that Michael Parsons will get at defensive end. If we have problems getting to the quarterback without overcommitting on the blitz, if we have problems with that, you'll see Michael Parsons play more defensive end. If it comes back, D-Law's on point, we're getting productivity out of a Nye, we're getting productivity out of Gregory, we're getting productivity out of Dorrance, then, hey, you know, he probably is more of a hybrid where he's rushing a B-gap, beating up on slow guards, or blitzing off the edge in a 4-3 under, or playing linebacker and taking away the underneath stuff. So it's a variety of things you can do. Like I said, it's a good problem to have, but it's based on the productivity, in my opinion, how much you go see him play at rush in. Right now, while D-Law is out, it's more so of a necessity that he's down there to try to generate some organic pressure versus overcommitting and exposing your back end.
Gotcha.
Plus, like right now, pardon me. Plus, like he's not a better DN than D-Law right now. Like D-Law is more complete than Parsons. Parsons a little bit faster than everybody, and he still got to learn how to navigate and all that. You know what I mean? And plus, as a DC or whatever, like ambiguity is your friend. You know what I mean? You don't just want to leave Parsons in just one place the whole time.
Yeah.
If you want the other side to be like, all right, where's this little fast bastard gonna be on this
Right.
play? And,
Yeah.
if he blitzing from the nickel, now what? What you gonna do? Good luck to you, player. Then the very next play, he in A gap. The very next play, he's playing Sam or something. You know what I mean? So just keep. That's the problem. We don't have an idea of how to use him because he don't really exist yet. You know what I'm saying? I saw this comment in one of these chat boxes or whatever. Isaiah Simmons, right? When he got drafted Clemson or whatever, he's the safety linebacker, nickel guy, and nothing like that existed. And then the next year, there's 5 guys just like him, and we got one of them in Cox. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So now it really ain't no 4-3 pass rushing linebacker dudes. But over the next couple of years, coach is gonna find these big ass fast running children like, hey, you're gonna do a little bit of both. And then we'll have a better idea. But right now, we just got to be happy that the Cowboys are on the front end and not like chasing trends or whatever.
So facts. I'm gonna just say nobody talked me out of it though. Not one of y'all. Not even one of y'all. None of y'all talked me out of it. I'm starting to really. I'm the one that's over here like, man, ooh, that boy pass rush.
Put him at free safety, man. Well, just do it.
Stop. See.
He run up. He faster than.
That boy say free safety, man. Stop.
And blitz him.
Hey, see, here we go.
All
right, stop, man. Hey, check this out.
He 250 and he run faster than everybody else out there. Put him at strong and free and see what happens.
Hey, check this out. I got something. I'm gonna flip the script on everybody. All right, because I'm gonna talk about what the world want to talk about. Everybody is talking about right now Tyler, right? And Connor Williams. Those guys got beat like some drums. On one thing,
Tyler got beat like some drums.
On one thing though, no, both.
I kind of disagree, but go ahead.
Now we can talk about it.
I don't think
on
Connor
one
Williams got
thing.
beat up.
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. So check this. That bull rush giving both of them fits. It's just the bull rush, especially on Connor Williams. At this time, I'm expecting Connor Williams to have an answer for it, and he still does not when they are premium defensive tackles. And we got 2 offensive linemen on the final word. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to listen. I want to hear what's the answer for Connor Williams. What's the answer for Tyler?
So, boss, let me ask you a question, sir.
Yeah.
Are you evaluating 68 plays or 6 to 8 plays? What you doing here?
Yeah.
How you evaluate? You just watching the highlights that they say on the ESPN telecast? Like, what you
don't even try me like that, Voch. Come on.
I'm trying you because we was able to run the ball all up and down. Yeah. All up and down the Eagles, all up and down A and B.
We talking about what you right. We ran the ball well, but there's a liability also in pass protection, which is a part of offensive lineman play, right?
Sure.
That's a part of offensive lineman play. And if you got a $40 million quarterback and people exploding in his face, that's a concern. I can't be concerned about that, Voch.
But if he plays 68 plays and he have like a few bad ones, then like 4 or 5.
I'm still concerned.
I think Connor Williams played way better than Tyler, first and foremost. But I don't think that it's such a problem that we just got to run out. Because I look at Hargrave as the same kind of guy that Vita Vea is. Both those dudes are like top-tier elite. Vita Vea got a little more pedigree, but Hargraves is one of them dudes too. So now, since you agree with what I just said with that, then let me just ask you, what's your evaluation? Like, what's your baseline for good offensive line play? Because if you go, okay, I don't like Connor Williams and them, I'm about to go find somebody else. You put Connor McGovern out there, and Hargraves kind of kick his ass too. Like, then what you do?
Well, I'm waiting on that to happen because nobody's done that
Connor
yet.
Connor McGovern ain't getting pushed around like that.
That's my point. It ain't happened yet.
But
that's what we raised.
Hold up. I mean, boss. I'm sorry, boss. I'm sorry, boss.
That's what we're here for. The final word. Let's fight it out. Let's go.
No, I was just going to say, my concern is really just with Biadish right now. I think Connor Williams, I don't think he was getting pushed around. I seen the one play, I think we all seen it on TV where Cox ran right through him and just pushed him straight on the ground. We've seen that, but for the most part, that wasn't happening with him. But with Tyler Biadish, my concern is this has happened with him regularly. Like, he is getting manhandled. And not just that, I mean, he's giving up high hits, pressures, hurries, and I think a lot of people crowned him and anointed him just because he came from Wisconsin and Travis Frederick, and they already anointed him, and we had already talked about it before the season started. He only had played started like 8 games or something like that last year, and was hurt half the year. So he really wasn't the guy. You didn't really know. Everybody just crowned him, and now I don't know. I'm not the offensive line guy, so Washington can tell. I just know I don't know if he's playing with bad pad level. Does he need to get stronger because he's 315, 320 pounds? I don't understand why these dudes are just manhandling them and just moving them back. And I know the Hargrave and Vita are elite because when you saw him against Linval Joseph and those guys against the Chargers, he had a better game. But that's still going to be a problem down the line.
So now your question is how many more Vita Veas and Javon Hargraves you're gonna play?
Oh no, we probably got about 5 this season, right?
I'm counting.
The Redskins. The Redskins is where you might get a repeat of that. This game is not gonna be easy inside easy. No, this game right here that's coming.
This is my thing, man. If we using that scale, right? We watching 68 plays, and if they
I didn't say I'm using that scale.
I'm just that's what it sounds like to me, and I'm just kind of going.
But you can't fight. You got to fight what I'm actually saying.
So you just said I had you messed up. Are you basing this on highlights or how we grading off?
You using smart coded words. Those are good smart coded words.
Am I being fair?
How are you great? See, because you doing. I was clear, Voch. This is what I said. Pass rush is important too, and and if it is a few splash plays that happen consistently, I have to put that in the equation, don't I?
Because I can show you film of Connor McGovern getting picked up and dropped on his head too. It's just that we may or may not talk about it because the CBS broadcast probably doesn't replay it 5 or 6 times. Like even in the Bucks game, right? Those interior dudes play well the whole game, but that one time when Vita Vea picked them cheering up, all of a sudden it goes viral on Twitter. Hey, them kids had a bad night against Vita Vea, didn't they? They beat the shit out of Vita Vea for the majority of the game. So I'm just asking you, what's your grading scale? You know what I mean? Because if that's the case, I'm not opposed to improvement. If you can find me a center in this humble old league anywhere that can line up against Javon Hargrave and Vita Vea and not get smoked on 68 plays for at least 5 of them, let's go find that cat and bring him in here. I
think we already got him, Voch. I think we already got him, big homie.
And if that's the grade scale you use, I can show you a game where Connor McGovern got picked up by an elite defensive tackle and dropped on his head.
That's fine. You can maybe show me one, but you're not gonna be able to show me as many as you can show me.
I got time. I ain't got nothing to do. I can make this whole week about you. I promise. Listen,
hey, bro,
I don't know about that. I don't think Connor McGovern. I mean, he's not getting moved.
But you ain't gonna have it like Connor Williams. You ain't gonna show no film like that, Voch.
Connor Williams
he is not getting moved. The difference between Connor Williams and Connor McGovern, Connor Williams has better athletic ability than Connor McGovern. That's where he struggles. That's why he's a guard, because he struggles with the footwork and things of that nature. But if you're talking about interior, people aren't pushing him around.
No,
we don't disagree.
Not like Connor Williams.
They're like boss pal boy. He the one.
Stop, man. Hey, we got a question for you. We got a question for you, OG. He said, Voch, what about McGovern at center and Collins at guard? It still keeps playing well. There it is.
No.
Go to bed. No, sir. Appreciate it. Cowboy fans want all the backup and third string people to start the Rico Gathers crowd, but want him to start. Nope. Because look, Steele has been serviceable. He ain't getting you killed, but that's what a good swing tackle is. But when you have Leo Collins back, you can do different things. You know what I mean? You can probably hold the ball a little longer. That can rid the ball quick. And we may do a little bit of dinking and dunking. That might be because, whatever. You know what I mean? Or the running back chips or Dalton Schultz going over there helping. When Leo Collins is clearly the better player. Plus, Leo Collins not expensive. Laramie Tunsil making like $22 million. Leo and Tyron making like a smooth dime. So, hold what you got. We got a discount. Hold what you got, man. Come on now. Appreciate the contribution, though.
Wait a minute. Okay. And OC, I mean, it's 2 offensive linemen. You can jump in whenever you want to.
I'm being courteous to our guest. I think that.
Please,
man,
I
ain't got no courtesy on this. This Voch, man. This is man. Take the gloves off.
This
No,
YouTube,
listen. I think that it's no doubt about the fact that Leo Collins is the better player. Absolutely, hands down, athletically better, physically superior, all that stuff. But I will say that that still has done well these past 2 games, and I'm looking at him play and sit down on the bull rush. I'm looking at him not getting beat inside. I'm looking at him extending, using his hands, washing people around Dak, even on the 7 and 9 step drops. Him not giving up sacks. I will say that he did have a misread on a slide right, and he let 2 go free instead of 1 going free. Zach only should have been hot off of 1 person, not 2 people. So that is really what I saw him do yesterday. I think that he could turn in. I think that he's at the point of being just about starter quality. I don't think he's an all-star, all-pro. I do think if you want to shore up the inside, an option to this, okay? This is an option. You could bump Leo Collins to the left guard position. You could do that if you feel good about Steele. Now, here's the deal. Steele got 3 more games. He got 3 more games. And based upon what he does in these 3, hold on, hear me out. I'm almost done.
Let that man talk, James.
Based upon what he does,
man, hush.
Based upon what he does, James, and these next 3 games, I think that you evaluate it. But obviously, clearly, and I'm saying this again with kid gloves because I know that Leal is a superior player, but I think that he's a good tackle. I think he's an all-world guard. All right, Leo Collins is a really good right tackle, but I think he's an all-world guard. So moving him inside doesn't hurt you if you have another right tackle.
Interesting.
That's just
what
an opinion.
Say you, Big Game James and Voch? What hear ye say, thou is?
What the tackle's at? You know what I mean? Like this is a league where like in general the offense, and look, we so blessed, Cowboy fans so blessed, bro. Like with the depth that we have and what we've been doing, man. I just don't want to be moving people around when we finally like if you
moved them.
If you look around, hold on, boss Cowboy, you told me to talk, sir.
I just made the doors go forward, bro.
Offensive line around the league is terrible. Some people ain't even got starting tackles. If we got 3, then fine. I don't want Terrence to be the starting guy, and now we're like, all right, cool. Terrence get hurt. Now what we're gonna do is swing. You know what I mean? I just want to keep being good. We're not saving money this year by moving nobody around or whatever. Because if you move Leo Collins the guard, then we just got Connor just kind of sitting around. And Connor's not gonna play tackle for you because he ain't played tackle. So that's a wrap. Zach don't want to play tackle. Leo don't want to play guard. So we just got to roll with the cards that we got. And I think we got good depth. We probably back at the best offensive line in the league in terms of numbers wise. We ain't what we used to be, but shit, we got a backup guard and a backup tackle that we like. Some teams ain't got starting guards and tackles that they like. You know what I mean? I just don't want to touch that. I just want to lead that, and after Leo Collins pull that stack of money out, you know what I mean? He'll just know a little bit better next time. You know what I mean?
And look, I ain't mad at you at all for that, Bosh, because honestly, look, I don't think it'll happen, right? I think that Lee Allen come right back and start at right tackle. But if you're looking at options and possibilities, I think that we always got to be open to what could make the team better in certain scenarios or solve problems if we have an issue at a guard position. So that's just food for thought, man. But to your point, Boch, I don't think it's gonna happen, man. I think he's coming right back.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, and y'all know it. They're not. And I said that before,
Boss Cowboy. I'm being real, boss. I don't think they go do it. I hear what you're saying, but I'm being honest. They could do it. I don't think they go do it though. I'm being honest.
They're not putting no Terrence Steele at no right tackle and no Leo Collins at no left guard. They're not doing that.
All right.
And they just like Voch said, they just need to keep it like it is. Why are you going to mess with what they say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Leave it alone. What you want to mess with?
But it's broke.
It's not broke.
Is it?
It's not broke at all. It's you got a reserve who he was playing terrible in the preseason. I know his preseason playing terrible. Then he stepped up. So now all of a sudden he stepped up. Now we're like, oh, he played good against Bozo. Oh, he played good. Now let's go ahead. No, you took the time to move Leo Collins to right tackle. Then you solidified him there. He wasn't a bum at right tackle. He had a very good year. He had the injury. He was coming off what they were calling a Pro Bowl year, and then he had the injury. Now everybody want to move him. Man, just leave him there. And like I said, you got a great swing tackle. You got a guard that can slide in on Conor McGovern that can help you. So why you gonna mess with that right now? You got your top 5. You got your 2 backups. Keep it like that. Period.
I'll tell you why. Because
No.
you gotta
make a
listen
better point
first.
to what he just
Hold
did.
on.
You're not gonna make a better point to what James just said. But go ahead. Look at your glass on.
Yeah, that's clear our view time. Because we the only team that really buy into that Jason Garrett philosophy. I'm tired of moving. Moving people. We need to let them sit. Listen, man. Everybody listen to me. I'm going to tell y'all something. Other teams, hold on, y'all. Other teams cross-train. Me and you talked about this, OC, and I watched you just lay down to Voch. What the hell going on? So, we talked about this, how the Saints cross-train their guards and tackles, and then Voch sit up there, landed one punch, and you just laid down to it as if we didn't have no real fight over this ourselves. What's going on over here?
What are you fighting over, though?
It wasn't no lay down.
I'm fighting over the best 5, and I'm telling you right now,
the best 5 is not no Terrence
because it was
Steele
partially
over no Leo
It was
Collins.
partially what the OC said. Is that Leo Collins is a superior guard. He's a fish in water at guard. And you never saw Leo, not one time he ever started at guard, treated anyway like Biotish or Connor Williams on no bull rush, never. You won't show no film of that.
Okay, but when he went to right tackle, though, at 2019, so he didn't do good then when he had that. After he settled down after his first year, he played better. He had a Pro Bowl type year. So why would you move him back to guard again? Why would you move him back to guard again? Because Terrence Steele played 2 good games.
All right, so hold on. First of all, let me.
Leo Collins be a great tackle for damn 3 years and just Terrence Steele in 2 games. Y'all just want to move him all over.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
This is crazy. I know it's crazy. I agree.
It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. Man, I hate to fight the big homies on this, man. I hate it. I got respect for the. No, I don't like to fight.
Yeah, you do.
I like to fight for what I think is gonna make us better. Yeah, I do like to fight. I do.
So let me ask you a question.
Another losing battle.
So how does that make you? How does that make you better? Because you're crippling yourself at damn right tackle to make yourself better at left guard. Just hold what you got.
Well, hold on, Voch. You're not necessarily crippling yourself. This is based on the play of Terrence Steele, right? And I'm saying that he got 5 games.
It's based on the play.
He got 5 games to prove what he got, right? We know what they say, and I say this. Look, one time you're lucky. Second time it's a fluke. The third time you're consistent. So if he's playing 3 to 5 games and he's very consistent in that right tackle position, I'm saying I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm saying you gotta at least look at the option. That's what I'm saying. If you can strengthen a weaker position, and I think that's what Boss Cowboy is saying. And I'm open to the ideal, but I'm just saying on a real level, I don't think that the Cowboys are gonna do it because of the culture of the Cowboys. I just don't think that's gonna happen. But if Terrence Steele is playing the way he's played these first 2 games, you're saying that you're opposed to even looking at it?
Terrence been cool, but he ain't been incredible. I've seen Leo be incredible.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's true.
I've seen Leo play to a Pro Bowl level. I've seen Terrence Steele be a pretty cool swing tackle. That's the difference.
Yeah. And I've seen Leo Collins be completely all-world Hall of Fame caliber from the guard position.
I don't think
long
did he play guard here?
Yes, I have.
1 year.
I think we saw some real good
highlights.
I'm talking about
guard. Come on.
Okay,
I know you the OC. You the man. You're the man.
I
can't fight you on offensive. I can't fight you on the offensive line.
I've seen
Hall of Fame. No.
I've seen him do exceptional things, Big Game James. Exceptional things in the position of playing guard that projects to a Pro Bowl player year in and year out from the guard position. He's a more natural guard than he is tackle. When you first moved him to tackle, listen, with the speed rushes, he struggled. with the speed rushes, when you first moved him to right tackle, he struggled. He did settle in. He figured out how to use his length, right, to keep his body clean and keep people off of the quarterback. But initially, he was getting ran around like he was stuck in some wet cement by any elite speed rusher when you put him in right tackle. That's what happened with him. The second season, he came back, he worked on his technique and his kick, and he learned how to use that punch and extend his arms. That's what happened, and that's what makes him a good right tackle, not a great one. Go ahead.
The big problem is
you just said. Wait. Hold on, Jay. The big problem is this ain't his second season no more. You know what I mean? He's much better of a right tackle than he was from when he first made his improvements. Like Lael Collins is legitimately a Pro Bowl right tackle now. He's not just some pedestrian right tackle. I think he's a better right tackle than he is a left guard. I did this video somewhere and I'm lazy and I'm not gonna go look for it. But y'all can search for it. But Lael, like I just don't think Connor Williams is a problem at left guard. If you want to do something with Biotis, we can fuss about that, but I think Connor at left guard and Lael at right tackle is your better combination. That's my personal opinion.
All right, real quick.
That's cool.
Then what about because we getting this in the chat? A lot of people looking for solutions, so let's try to give them some. What about? And I want to ask. We fortunate to have two high-level offensive linemen that are content creators at the same time. That is a privilege. So I want to ask both of you guys as well as Big Game James. My fault, bro. What about McGovern? The fact that he plays center at Penn State. What about extending that competition? I want to get both of the offensive line guys' thoughts on that as well as you, Big Game James. What y'all got?
So I think that Connor McGovern, I don't know how well he does with calling, being the quarterback of the offensive line, right? I'm not sure about that at this point. I think he's more of a power player. He has a stronger anchor, right? He's a guy that's going to be stronger at the point of attack. And I think that's the attraction, right? That's what you like, right? If you've seen Biadasz on some highlights get ran over. I think, and I said this before, Boss Cowboy, and I'm real about this, I think that the lower leg injuries, I think it's something up with Biadasz a little bit to where his training hadn't been on point, man. He hadn't had a chance to train and really get that lower body and core strong the way he needs to get it stronger. I think that next year you probably see a much improved, much stronger Tyler Biadasz and with a guy with a stronger anchor and that handles upfield pressure in his chest a lot better. But the argument would be, I want a stronger center at the point of attack. The question that I have that I'm not sure about is how Connor McGovern deals with quarterbacking that offensive line.
Botch, what you got on that?
I 100% agree with everything you're saying. But not only like making calls, but can he reach two techs? You know what I mean? Can he get to the second level? You know what I mean? Does he take good angles? How is he versus like screens or whatever? You know what I mean? Like we saw Connor McGovern do well versus Vita Vea because they just wrestling. You know what I mean? I think Connor McGovern can beat a lot of people in a wrestling match. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot that goes into it. The big part about all this is are they gonna do it? And if they ain't gonna do it, I mean, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I really don't see it.
Spend the time on it.
They haven't done it so much that they actually training Connor Williams to be a backup center opposed to McGovern being backup center. Now they probably doing some things now or whatever, but it's wide open. I just don't think McGovern is the clear answer. And I think we got to be fair with this coaching staff now because they aren't opposed to change. Like we've seen change all over this team. So I think if they have a better guy, they just ain't gonna not start him. I mean, shit, Jalen he played plenty now, but shit, Parsons put a little bit of pressure on him. You know what I'm saying? Like
right
I think the better guy's gonna play. Tony Pollard getting a lot more snaps because the better guy's gonna play. I sincerely feel like if McGovern was a better center than Biadasz, then he would play.
Gotcha. Big, what you got on it, big homie?
I agree with both of those guys.
James Becker, he stood up.
Boy.
James stood up.
Stood up.
Come on, man.
Hey.
You know what it is. Hey, the old bones is working. But you know what I'm saying? I feel y'all on both of those things, especially on the back end where Voch is talking about if McGovern was a better option at center, they would have tried it. I think that we heard that McGovern, he played center and guard. But I just feel like right now, McGovern is the guard. And if they really thought he could do something, then they would have tried him instead of Connor Williams during that preseason. I think they would have tried him. But I really think they want to move Connor McGovern eventually to that guard spot. I don't know if Connor Williams gets re-signed. I think that's another guy that they may try to lowball. Don't give him a high-end contract and kind of see what he does. And if he doesn't want to take it, then they go, okay, well, we good. We got Connor McGovern. We're going to slide him right on in because I feel like they got the confidence in him right there. And as I said before, when we had Brian Broaddus on the show last season, he was saying Connor Williams was asking and volunteering to play center, and I think he's trying to make himself have more value as far as him heading into free agency as well. But I don't think Connor Williams is a bad option, but I like Connor McGovern better. I'm going to keep it real. I like Connor McGovern better than Connor Williams. So if Connor Williams walks next year, I definitely feel good about Connor McGovern covering in and taking that spot. But with Biadasz on the point of who said something about maybe the legs on the training.
That was OC.
I think I can agree with that. I don't know if that training was as good because he seemed like he was a little more stout last year. And I don't know if he had that leg injury.
Right.
It seemed like he's just different because it seemed like he was not getting pushed around like that, like he is this year. So I noticed it. So maybe that definitely could have something to do with it. But I like Biadasz. I feel like his arrow is still going up. I like Biadasz. I don't know. I feel like, and to OC's point, I think Biadasz makes those calls at the line really good too. And I think with the Wisconsin pedigree, that's why they're keeping him there.
Yeah. Say, check this. Somebody cold-blooded. Somebody said, is it just me or does Boss Cowboy look like a GTA Vice City character?
Lance Van?
You do. You
Lance
do.
Van?
That's cold. That's cold-blooded. And I gotta say, that's cold-blooded. And I gotta say, I do. You do. Just the background, the way you got the background in your daggone show, it looked like y'all acting in dang GTA.
That's funny, man.
That's cold-blooded, bro. Say, man. Hey, I take that, though. I sure do. I sure take that, man. Because listen, because you can dress yourself on GTA, baby. You can, you can get down to the glass. You can do whatever you want to do, man. Hey, but check this. We go pivot a little bit. We gonna talk about another level of competition. I'm gonna see where this go. Cause that was a good fight. I like that fight between everybody. But what about this?
And you
fight?
Lost again.
What?
He pointed that out. He funny.
You lost again.
I what?
Go ahead. You lost
Hold
again.
on real quick. What?
Go ahead. Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game, James.
Game changer.
Hey, let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
I ain't lose nothing, big homie. But let me say this.
Did.
Let me say this. I mean, I'm talking to some offensive linemen. I guess if the offensive linemen disagree with me, whatever, man.
All right.
Whatever, man. I ain't got nothing to say to them offensive lineman type dudes, man. And then
You're not finna get no pity from us, man. Move on with the show, dog. What you mean?
Here we go.
Major Payne said, if you want sympathy, look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis. You're not getting it
Thank
from
you.
me.
Ooh, because you know I don't want that syphilis. Hey, we talking about competition, though. Curse. Donovan Wilson. That's why I played Game Changer. I'm going to play it one more time so we can know what we're talking about. Because both of them are game changers, it's now becoming to be which one is.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game, James.
Game changer.
Hey, let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
Yeah. All right, so what's up with those two guys? And then we're going to talk about the Panthers and get out of here.
Ooh-wee.
Right.
That boy
it's hard, ain't it?
Ooh-wee.
That's a hard one, bro.
But you know what? I think we all talked about this in the beginning. This is a good problem to have.
Yes,
Dallas hasn't had this problem in a long time. This is a great problem.
God.
I love this problem. I love having a problem with Malik Hooker and DeMonte KZ and Donovan Wilson and J-Ron Curse and even little Mukamu whenever he around. I love, man. I'm excited about this because I love this depth. I don't know, man. I'm gonna
You gotta pick
real.
one though, bro. It's your segment.
I mean, right now. If we
Hell yeah,
talking
you gotta
right
pick
now,
it right now. Game changer.
I'm sorry.
Big game.
If we talking right now.
Right now.
I'm gonna have to go with Curse because
What?
the reason I'm over Donovan Wilson. Only the reason why I'm gonna say that is because I think Donovan Wilson. We talked about this, boss, before the season about Donovan Wilson's body structure.
Right.
With him playing strong safety. We talked about it, how his body was brittle and how Keanu Neal was the more strong safety type body and how he was going to be more injury prone. And I know it's a groin injury, but he's already had the injury bug creeping up. And we talked about he can maybe rest on his laurels. Curse came in hungry. He's a big dude, dog. We seen it. I seen him at camp. You seen him at. That's a big dude.
Yeah, he big, bro.
And you seen when I made that post, dog, they got him in the slot. They got him at
You
strong. They got him at free. They got him at the line in the box. They got him playing multiple positions. I think he's the leading. He's close. I think he's the leading tackler, the second leading tackler on the team right now. Did you see them pass defenses that he had against Zach Ertz, and then the week before against your boy, the Cowboy killer Jared Cook?
He balling.
Dog, he's playing good in coverage.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
right
he
now, why mess that up? Because it's not like you're falling off right now with Curse starting. You can bring a Donovan Wilson off the bench because Donovan Wilson came in as a 6th round pick. We ain't dissing Donovan Wilson, but he got crowned early. We talked about it before the season started, boss, how he still needed to prove himself. Did we not? Did we not say he still needed to prove himself and that people automatically crowned him because the half of the season he still needed a full season? Well, there's competition now. So competition brings the best out of you. And right now, the better player right now, to me, is playing the best is Curse. So why not keep it the way it is?
Interesting, guys. Wow. That we got one, Voch.
I don't think it's a problem. Just do what they've been doing and play both of them. You know what I'm saying?
So you want to rotate?
I can make an argument that Curse can just take Jay Lou job. Honestly, and
Ooh, that's interesting. That's an interesting argument. I like to hear that.
Expound, please.
Well,
Big nickel.
if you leave him at the big nickel, then you're not taking another cover guy off the field. So you keeping all your length or whatever. And then the good thing about Curse that he's big enough to just stay where he at.
Right.
Stay where he at. He can take 2 steps and be strong guy. He can take 2 more steps and be linebacker guy. You know what I'm saying? Just hold what you got. Like his best plays, of course, is him shedding these little bitty ass slot receivers that think they're gonna block him, but they not, and he coming down tackling, and then him covering guys up. And I was shocked by how good he's covering people. So let me just say that.
Too.
But how much better would that be if you had 2 bona fide rangy safeties behind them? They did a preseason, they did, you know what I'm saying, week 1 a little bit. Keep on doing it. You getting KZ and Malik involved, so you can get Curse and Donovan involved, and they can just do different things. But get J. Lou up out of here. I ain't saying J. Lou bad, but you know, J. Lou a little bit, and a lot of these things come down to a handful of inches. You know, he got a couple on Lewis or whatever, and you know that can also help when it's time to move on from Brown and put Boss Man in there. Whatever you want to do, I think Curse playing nickel gives you options.
Oh, see.
Play both up.
Hold on, real quick, Voch. Let me give Voch real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. Voch, I gotta do something with you real quick, okay?
Yeah, that was good.
I don't do this a lot.
Perfect.
Ha! That was good. That was good.
Appreciate it, man. 100%. Appreciate you.
Because this also reminds me of why I want to give you your flowers. Because one of my favorite parts, I'm gonna go back in time on this one.
Man.
I watched the show, and it was with KD Drummond and Patrick No-C Walker. And this is I want to reach out to you, but it was like I don't want my boy to think I'm bopping him. But I really want to hug you on this, bro. If y'all get a chance, go back and watch that show he did with them two. This was my favorite part. Patrick looked right in the camera and said, if you think that Pitts is going to fall to 10, you crazy. I don't care what you say. Voch was sitting just like this, chilling just like that. And when he broke it all the way down, say, I don't kiss men, but I want to kiss my brother on his
Whoa,
forehead.
whoa, hey, man, you said a hug is cool. Hug is cool. Relax.
I'm with you, but say, listen, let me give you your flowers, though. Let me give you flowers. Bro, I was like, because my boy broke it down, and he was clear, and it was unrefutable. And I'm going to quote just a little bit. He said, if he get past Atlanta, it's a chance. Everybody know what happened with Atlanta. Everybody know. But I just want to say that real quick because that's an example of why people should follow us. Because my boy got put on the spot. He said, hold on, make your case for the big nickel. I'm over here like,
Appreciate you, man.
that boy killed that case on Curse as the big nickel. Way to think outside the box, big homie. That's why people got to follow all of us, especially my boy Voch, Big Game James, all of that. I appreciate that, bro. Because that I love that because I love ideas that make sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's going to make this team better. What you had on that, OC? On the competition?
Well, what I'll say is this, man. Curse is baller, man. So in terms of productivity, if I'm being fair, balanced, and honest in terms of productivity, this guy deserves the majority of the snaps based upon what's happened in the first 3 games, right? He's covering the crossing routes very, very well. He's coming up banging and making tackles. He's defending passes. He's doing every possible thing that you want him to do. I mean, we've seen him with the Lions play down in the box and play like a linebacker, right? He's physical enough to do that. Now he's proving that he has the athletic ability to run underneath with smaller receivers, and that's the hybrid athletic type, not no name position type situation that Dan Quinn is kind of putting his whole defense into with several of the players and also several of the guys that he drafted with the versatility and the different ways you can manipulate them based upon scheme, down, and distance, and also the opponent. So he deserves majority of the snaps based on his productivity. I don't really care how you get him on the field, but I like his energy. And one thing that I'll pick up is that he ignites the defense when he's making tackles. People are getting excited. He has energy and he plays with attitude. And you need that. The defense needs that edge, man. So you got to have him on the field.
Hey, my boss said.
Hey, boss. Hey,
Go
boss.
ahead.
Boss.
Yeah.
I want to just give you your flowers. Not just calling the Curse thing, but I think the biggest thing that I want to say what you said about Curse to me that stand out, and you can see it on the field right now, was that just because Curse was not with the Vikings or not with the Lions doesn't mean he's not a good player. He may just not fit that system that they were trying to use. So him coming over to Dallas, this might have been the perfect fit for him, and maybe that's why Dan Quinn saw something that other people didn't and was like, hey, let's get him over here as a free agent, and you see how he is blended in perfect. So I think what you said with that is fulfilling that, like, kind of a foreshadowing that we see and that's happening right now with Curse. So I definitely think you called that one right there. Doesn't mean he's a bad player. It might just been a bad fit.
Yeah, and I was looking at that when I wrote the book on the Boss Cowboy Guide about 2 years ago. I was looking at that he was in a deep safety room with Harris and Smith. That's like Witten. You know what I mean? Like, you not unseating Witten. Don't matter how good you are. So, and at that time, I was looking for a potential upgrade to Xavier Woods and Heat. And I felt like he was a bigger Georgia local. And then I broke his tape down. And all I was trying to tell people, Big, was no, he's not super premium safety, but he's an upgrade to what we got. And that's why I kept saying over the offseason, we have filet mignon appetites when we really starving and eating crackers at safety.
He's Isaiah Simmons for us.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things to where I was like, as Cowboy fans, we got to recognize when a guy's an upgrade, even if he's not ideal and he just has been that guy. So anyway, I appreciate that, Big. And I want to also give you your flowers, big homie, because what I really respect about you, bro, was the fact that me and you fought hard over Curse on this show. We went at it. But then when you went to training camp, you also, with your own eyes, said, boss, I feel you on them now. And a lot of men can't do that, bro. Just on some man stuff. Just to where they can just say, you know what, I was wrong, you was right. And I just appreciate that you do that openly often. And you don't just do that with me, you do that with everybody. So I just want to say that real quick. I want to also flip to one more subject and just then we can get out of here because it's been a long show. How we go beat these Panthers, and what's y'all thoughts on these Panthers?
I'll let you guys go after me because I'll be quick. I want to hear what these guys have to say. But I just feel like them losing J.C. Horn was huge.
We're gonna beat the shit out of the Panthers, bro. Come on, man.
I was just about to say that. I wanted Voch to say that because I know Voch was gonna say that. I feel that same thing. I know they're 3-0, but I feel like in not so many terms we're gonna kick their ass. Like we're gonna whoop them up bad. Like we're gonna beat them bad. Them losing, if McCaffrey's out too, I just feel like the main reason why is his defense is faster. That's why. You could see the difference from last year to this year. It wasn't just Mike Nolan. You just had Jalen Smith and LVE and an old-ass Sean Lee coming off the bench. That's what you was excited about. Sean Lee's healthy. We got Sean Lee back. No, that was never exciting after Sean Lee was hurt. Now you are excited because now when you play other teams, you can match them speed-wise. Now they can't use them running quarterbacks and do all those things that you're lacking, the running backs out the backfield, the quick outs. Dallas has the speed to match that, and I like that, and I think that's going to be the difference now when they play these teams. So when we play Carolina and they got Sam Darnold, dog, defense about to have a field day on him, and I ain't just hyping it. We about to whoop them.
Hey, I'm going to go second. Listen, man, I've been studying them boys. They way tougher than we think, bro.
I know, but they get them smacked.
No, they tough, bro. They tough.
We beating the shit out the Panthers, boss Cowboy.
Thank you. They get the war call. I'm gonna have to
get the war call.
After
you finish that war call, I got something. You ready? Is that war call finished? It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring.
So what haven't you measured yet, boss Cowboy? Talk to me.
I measured it, bro.
My glasses on to dissect you.
Me too. Look, we did it at the same time because when I put these shades on, that mean I'm seeing this clear Voch.
What haven't you measured yet, sir?
No, I'm finna tell you. You know I ain't gonna lie to you.
Look at what we've done.
I'm getting ready to tell you. I know you ready to jump on it and go off, but listen first, big homie. Like, this is not the game to sleep on. This is all I'm saying. I agree with you that we have the ability to whoop the dog snot out of them. But they are a very dangerous opponent. In the first 3 games, in the first half, just listen.
Okay.
I ain't spitting today. You keep shutting them up and spitting.
I'm spitting with the cloud views on it. Y'all been damn it different. I know y'all the vets. I know y'all been having them channels for a long time. But hey, man, y'all gotta show some respect up in this house.
Tell me why the Panthers gonna beat us, please.
I didn't say beat us. See, we not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue against words I didn't say, Voch.
Please.
So check this out. I'm saying they are an opponent we should take serious. Now listen to me. God damn it. Listen. Y'all listen to me because I'm trying to give you a fair warning. In the first 3 games, that defense with that offense is 40. They have allowed 0 points and 40 points. That defense is real, y'all. And that offense is just game management with a few quality weapons. I'm just telling y'all, this is not the game to fall asleep. This is the game that can likely be close because that defense is very stingy. I broke them down today. I went through all their film, and everybody know I only drink measured Kool-Aid, bro. And I'm saying this is going to be a hard-fought game. This is going to be way harder than Philly. This is going to be similar to the Chargers, but harder. This is going to be on the Tampa Bay level. Mark my words. Okay. And it's the OC of Voch.
That's not enough. That's not enough, sir. You can beat the shit out of the Jets. That means nothing to us. You can put hands all over the Texans. That means nothing to us. You can put hands on Jameis Winston. That means nothing to us. Look, Boss Cap, I never go into any game sweating anybody, you know, or just sleeping on it. Because look, I respect the Eagles. The Eagles played some good defense last week. But you know who they didn't play last week? They didn't play 4. They didn't play 88. They didn't play 21. They didn't play 20. They didn't play 86. So they looked appropriate versus the talent that they looked appropriate appropriate verses. Look,
Right.
what you just said about, hey, this is gonna be, they're gonna be better than the Chargers. That's hogwash, sir. That's nonsense, sir. Justin Herbert is
Right.
way better than brother Sam Darnold. Now, Sam Darnold can do some special things
Whoa.
for some children, sir.
Wait.
Sir.
Wait.
You
You
will
said
not put
way
Justin
better.
Herbert-
You ain't watched them
Way-
film, Voch. No, you have
Sir,
not.
you are not going to put Sam Darnold in the same conversation as Justin Herbert. I refuse to let you do that. I know this your show, but I got to cut you off, and I refuse to let you do that. We've seen tougher things, because this is what they like to do, sir. They love to manufacture these impediments, right? That's what you're doing. You're doing the same thing that the networks is doing, that the Suits is doing.
Putting on the
that
film.
Anchors is
What you
doing.
talking about?
I care nothing about
That's
this
the film.
versus-
What you mean you don't care about the film?
That
You're a
ain't
film guy.
Jets.
I just turned
That's
on the
Jets.
film.
That's the Jets. That's the Jets. Where's the Michael Parsons of the Jets? Where's the Randy Gregory of the Jets? Where's the Trey Diggs that got 3 interceptions in the first 3 games of the Jets? That don't exist. Flip the other side of the field then. Show me Panthers defense versus Jets offense. Where's Dak? Where's the Cooper? Where's the Lamb? Where's the Zeke? That don't exist. This is a
Where
game of
is the
matchups.
Dak?
This is a game of matchups, sir, and you're manufacturing these impediments because you listen to some cowboy.
Oh,
hater
you
and
out
they was
your
like- and
mind?
They was 100%. They was like, "Hey, man, I don't know, man. The Panthers gonna be tough."
That boy say 'cause I
of course
listen.
Listen. Of course, the Panthers gonna be tough. The Eagles played tough last week. The people play tough. Tampa
Okay.
Bay played tough. Chargers played tough, but it's different when it's in front of you. Show me the matchup where they better than us. Show me, and I'll show you 12. Show me.
Nah, see,
I'm
I never said
I
that,
hate
Voch.
all
See,
that.
Voch, that's
Listen,
what we
man,
can't do.
pardon me.
I
Pardon me,
can't,
man.
I can't argue with points that I never said, homie. You
Pardon
can't
me,
do
bro.
me like that, bro. I never
hate-
said that they was better than us. I'm
know
saying they gonna be
You're
a
right.
tough opponent, bro.
I
That's all
apologize.
I'm saying, big homie.
I apologize. They are going to be a tough opponent, but they're not going to be better than the Chargers. And look, like I said, man, I said this 5 times. I take everybody seriously. But if we're playing seriously, I don't see this being a thing, sir.
Yeah.
I don't see this being a thing. If we on our game and they on our game, I take my guys every time.
So
Pardon me for yelling on your show.
no,
I
you
apologize.
good. Listen. With the final word, I'm gonna tell you, we super accept and love debates and don't shy away from it. You know what I'm saying? That's what make us us. But I want to say something though. If we
Tyrod
beat
Taylor.
us, there are certain us's we got to be better at, like the game management. Occasionally, just small things. We got to clean up some stuff because I'm thinking when we start facing tough opponents, it's gonna catch up to us. And I just don't want us going into this game sleepy. So when I say how we go beat them, I'm really trying to think of an answer. And my answer is we got to really go after the tackles. To me, we got to really get aggressive. To me, that's going to be the formula. Because when I was watching Sam Darnold, and I really broke down his games all day today, really, that's all I did was break him down, right? And I was breaking him down. He's very accurate. He's very good with the football when he's not under pressure. When he gets under pressure, he start throwing those balls a little bit high and wild. So I think the way, because I first started with how we go beat them, right? What's the strategy to beat them? To me, the number one strategy to beat them is to attack them at their super weaknesses with our super strengths, which is going to be Gregory and Parsons.
Did you think the Eagles was going to beat us too?
Hell no, bro. Listen,
So why is it not a hell no for the Panthers?
because it's a totally different team. It's a
totally
when I
different
look,
team.
you said matchups. So when I
Totally
look at matchups, when I looked at the matchups, I was like, we so much better than Philly on paper.
You so much better than Carolina on paper.
So do you think that? Let me ask you this, boss. Do you think that Carolina's front was better than the Phillies front?
Defensive front or offensive front?
Defensive front.
No, I don't think their defensive front is as good, but I think it's good, and I think the linebackers are very good, very good.
The linebackers
Which
are
Philly's
good,
linebackers was not good, and I said
Right.
before the game, and that's exactly what they did. I said the thing to do to go at Philly is to go at them with 12. What did they do? They went right at them with 12, and I'm telling you, I scouted these guys.
But
Their
here's the
linebackers
thing,
are good,
though,
bro.
boss.
They real good.
But here's
bro.
the thing, though, boss. Here's my thing now. I trust Kellen Moore, and I love Kellen Moore. I ain't never bounced off Kellen Moore. I've been him from the. I trust Kellen Moore. This is his 3rd year in the system. He is. I'm not saying that he's a veteran, but he's understanding how this NFL works now. So I have a lot of confidence that he is going to exploit and expose matchups on the offensive end on that defensive front of the Carolina Panthers. So that's why I am not as worried about them, is because you got a really good offensive coordinator that's really dialing up the right plays at the right time. And you got Dan Quinn over there putting the players in the right positions. I just don't feel like, man, maybe they play close early, but this is a game Dallas is going to get all over them. Dallas is going to keep on steamrolling. Dallas has a favorable schedule. They can run the table until they get to Minnesota. They could be, 5-1 before they head to Minnesota, and I think that can definitely happen when you got the Giants on the schedule coming up as well.
2 seconds, I'm gonna move on. 2 seconds, I'm gonna move on. I promise. If your first excuse, if your first reason of why this might be a tough match is if we might be sleeping on the Panthers, then you don't really believe what you're saying.
That's not my first thing. You want to hear my first thing? My first thing is watching that defense, their effort, the way they play together, and I didn't really see no weaknesses in 3 games.
Versus the Chargers. I mean, versus the Jets.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor in that moment.
Yeah, but then
what you got, OC? My bad. Go ahead, man.
No. I ain't finished. No, I ain't finished.
No.
You ain't gonna act like no. You ain't gonna act like the Saints did not just slap Green Bay. See, you a good debater, but you're not debater. You're not better than me on this one.
I'm not debating the thing.
You can't just sleep on this team, Voch. You can't, because you saw a Saints go in there and slap the snot out of Green Bay, and the Panthers went in there and handled the Saints, man.
This is a league of consistency. Pittsburgh beat the shit out the Bills. Week 1? What was that? Beat the Bills week 1. Pittsburgh is terrible. Bills is rolling. That's this thing. That's how this works. That's how this league works.
And it's all good, man. Like, I get it. Your style, you gonna be like, hey man, we gonna beat the shit out them boys. My style is I evaluate my opponent and I analyze how we should attack them. And I'm thinking the way to attack them is to go at their tackles. And don't go into this team with an attitude like, oh, yeah, we just finna blow them out. Because I didn't see no weaknesses on defense.
Jets.
No, see, you saying the Jets like they only played 1 game. The Saints is a worthy opponent that they held to very little points.
Okay, so what about the other 2?
Yeah, they held them too. But see, if you only bring up the Jets, and if you only bring up, and it wasn't Tyrod Taylor that played. I told you I broke the game down today. Tyrod Taylor didn't even play, and the Texas quarterback played actually really good. I'm telling you, I broke down the game. So I'm not making it up. I'm telling you from what I saw. These balls are dangerous. I'm telling you, they're dangerous. Likewise. No, we are. It's no doubt we are. But the thing that'll knock you out faster than anything is a punch you don't see coming. Sure. That's the truth. So
your point again is you think that we may be taking Carolina lightly.
I hope we not. I hope we not. I don't know what we doing, but I hope we not. Because if we not, they play fast and hard, bro. I'm telling you. That team got a lot of energy.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in on it.
All the way honest.
Go ahead,
I'm gonna jump in on this real quick, yeah. And so, I mean, here's the thing, man. If you're looking at it from an evaluation standpoint, what you see when you turn on the tape is that you see a scrappy, high-effort defense.
Yes.
When you look at the Carolina Panthers.
That's what I see.
And so you see scrappy, high-effort dudes, and so you see guys with a real good upfield pass rush.
Yep.
Now, I will be fair, balanced, and say this: they have not faced, in my opinion, a team as good as the Dallas Cowboys. Right. So we should be able to capitalize with the tight end, with the quick twos, with flares and a backfield. No, this is what I see, Boss Cowboy. Let me finish. So I think we should be able to capitalize with the quick 2 routes. I think run after catch will be big when they are aggressive and they fire blitz. They do that fire blitz with the wheel linebacker and they drop the safety down. Then that's something that you can take advantage of underneath run after catch with CeeDee Lamb in particular. I think that also Tony Pollard in space will be big in this game and burn them when they blitz, and Ezekiel Elliott to be good in spots. So this is what I think, man. I think these guys are scrappy. They do have some speed off the edge. I think it also will be a really good test for Steele. Okay, we talked about Steele earlier. I think that he'll face some fast edge guys that really get up the field fast. So I think that that's going to kind of challenge him, and we'll see how he responds. I think if you look at the defense versus their offense, these guys want to ground and pound, play action of football, but they want to catch and release with Sam Darnold. So to me, it's a little bit more than just attacking their offensive tackle, right? I think that what you got to do strategically is you got to play the flats and you got to play the underneath routes. If you neutralize the flats and the underneath routes, right, then that makes Sam Darnold pump the football, and then we eat him up and we tag him. That's what happens. We eat him up and we tag him on the pass rush. So that's what I see, man, and that's how I see the keys to victory for the Cowboys.
I like it. Gotcha. All right, man. I really enjoyed this final word with the OG Voch, man. It was fun,
Wasn't
bro.
a fight, man. This wasn't a fight.
What you mean? What you mean?
Three of us and you. It's three of us and you. That's it. Go ahead, sir. My bad. My bad cutting you off,
Hey,
sir.
and
My bad.
I'm okay with that. You know,
Democracy. Go ahead.
hey, I'm cool with that. See, listen, it's one thing about boss. I'm always cool with standing flat-footed on my own. I'm cool. I don't never have to go with the crowd ever. You know, and I always say this. A lot of times the crowd got to catch up with me. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. I went against
Chuba Hubbard
37
not gonna do it for you, player. Go ahead.
You say what? That you say I'm Donald?
Chuba Hubbard not gonna do it for you. Go ahead.
Okay, I got you. Well, I tell you what. I want y'all to know. I'm definitely not saying that that the Panthers gonna win this game. No, I think we gonna win this game. But at the same time, prepare yourself for a close game. This gonna be a dogfight, y'all. This gonna be a dogfight. I don't see no blowout on this one. I'm telling you. And I do get it wrong sometimes too. I do. Somebody was quick to say, "Boss, you get it wrong too." Sometimes I do. We all do. But at the same time, I sure get it right when I go against that crowd. Y'all get ready for a close game. This gonna be a fight. Final words. I'll start. So, I love the competition that's going on with the Dallas Cowboys. What I'm really watching is how they handle it. I want to see if Steele will continue to progress. Because if he progresses, it's going to get interesting. And then some of these wild ideas that we have might actually become serious ideas. Nobody seriously thought that Dak was going to take Romo's job in the first 3 games. But after 6, the conversation was serious. So I'm liking what's happening with Curse and Donovan Wilson. I'm liking what's happening with McGovern versus the talk with Connor Williams. I'm loving it. I'm loving all the inner competition that's starting to happen that I think is getting great play on all sides. That's my final words.
All right. Well, I guess I'll jump in. I'll give my final words.
Would you like
on
to
this.
go next? Okay, go ahead.
Appreciate Big Voch jumping on here today. Really appreciate you jumping on here, Voch. Listening to you, giving you good knowledge like you did. Love that. I think my final word is just I like I really like the coordinators. I really like Kellen Moore. I really like how Kellen Moore is really. It's his 3rd year in. He's really, like I said, I feel like he's getting a grasp of how this NFL works. And you see him, he's a meticulous guy. He's a very smart guy. He's a guy that I feel like he's always in the lab trying to figure out different magic can do. And I just really like how he's kind of come full circle as a coordinator, and I really love seeing it. And I love the addition of Dan Quinn. I love how the big thing is how he's really related to the players, the closeness. I think that's bigger than anything. I know we talk about, the different matchups and different things that he's doing with the defense and different calls. But when he came in, he brought in that family type feel, and I feel like the players really gravitated, and I think that's another reason why this offense is playing good. When I see him talking to Michael Parsons, I feel like those are real conversations. When he talks to Osa, I feel like those are real conversations, you know what I mean?
Right.
And the players can sense that. When the players can sense that, they play harder for you. And I feel like they do that on Kellen Moore's side. I feel like they do that on Dan Quinn's side. So that's why I go to Voch's point. I'm not slipping on the Carolina Panthers at all. But I think the Cowboys understand what's going on. Remember when we talked about could be a possible distraction with Hard Knocks? I said it wasn't because I feel like Dak Prescott is the leader, is the sole leader of this team. Yeah. And I think Dak is really going to keep these guys on course and not fall for the, hey, man, this trap game I think Dak is going to be telling them that. So I just feel like that's my final word. I like the way the coordinators do. I like the direction that the team is headed. And, I like, I just like the direction, the way the team is headed. I think that's my biggest final word. I like the direction.
Love it, OG.
And I'll go next. I'll be quick, man. I think that competition breeds success, man. So as much competition as you can organically create an organization from top to bottom on the field, off the field, is going to make this team better as we run towards 6. I like where the Cowboys are right now. The Cowboys are in control of their own destiny. The Cowboys right now are at a place that they're in the driver's seat. So my word and my final word will be carpe diem, which is Latin for seize the day. Hey, go out there, take care of business, man.
You way smarter than me.
And carpe diem, Latin, that means seize the day. Seize the day. Seize your opportunities, man. And so if they come out, they take care of business and do what they need to do, man, we get out with the W. I got the Cowboys going away +9 in this game versus the Carolina Panthers.
And
That got a different look in his eyes.
Carolina Packers?
We know what he means.
Carolina Panthers. Panthers, man. Excuse me, I got tongue-tied. Big game, James. I apologize.
We know what he means.
Carolina Panthers.
Go.
No, big game. Well, he was waiting to get at me. He wanted to get at me a little bit. He
I
wanted to
ain't
get at me.
even heard it,
He was like, "Here's my opportunity." He was like, "Here's my opportunity. Here's my opportunity. This smoke. Here's my opportunity."
Hey, I was
especially
trying,
after that
I
big
was
word.
waiting. I was waiting, then I finally got you.
He's waiting for me to slip.
But see, James, especially after that big word, when he used that big word,
Oh, he threw me all off. I was like, huh? Okay. I'm
and
gonna
then
get him.
just boo-booed on
there
himself.
you go. Drink that haterade, Marcus. Your Kool-Aid turned
Right.
blue. Now it's haterade, boy. Now you
I
on
have to
that
get y'all
haterade.
back.
Now drink.
I got to get y'all back for jumping me.
I didn't jump you, bro. I just
You
told
was
you
just
what
wrong.
I saw.
Wasn't nobody jumping
I
you.
just told you what I saw. I told you what I
That
saw.
was just
man. I'm
wrong.
cool.
What you got, man? Final words from the OG Voch. What you got, big homie?
That got a different look in his eyes, man.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm not blaming this on you, boss. I'm just saying in general, anybody that feel like this shoe fit them, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But I know as Cowboy fans, we haven't had a whole bunch. This team hasn't given us a whole bunch, and you've been conditioned to not being as optimistic about your squad. Like I say, boss, I'm not talking to you. I'm just anybody this shoe fits. But this thing, I think this thing different, man. I think this thing different. I saw somebody in the chat box. I forgot your name. Pardon me. But they was like, but Voch, didn't we lose to Sam Darnold and back into whatever? This team's so totally different, bro. You can look how day and night this thing is. And I think it starts with 4. I think it starts with Kellen and starts with Dan. I hate that Kellen and Dan's so good that Mike McCarthy going to get credit for it, but it is what it is.
Ooh.
But take the good things. We are fans to enjoy this. You know what I mean? We enjoy this. And I know it's a lot of people that get on these social medias and be like, we're gonna lose to the Eagles. We're gonna lose to the Panthers. We're gonna lose to such. What have we done in 25 years, man? Listen, I want us to be the obnoxious Cowboy fans that we think we are because they're gonna hate us anyway. Enjoy this season. Embrace what's going on because 4 is different. 4 is a top 5 quarterback. Top 3 to me, but I'm on your show, so I'm being fair. 4 is a top 3 quarterback in my opinion. Top 5 to be safe. 6, I won't fight you. That's what this team lives and dies by. You know what I mean? And my biggest point was, bro, look at what Dak was able to do with the worst defense I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
That defense is leading the league in turnovers now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like Tyron Smith, neck still ain't broke yet. He's still upright. You know what I'm saying? Let's boogie. And we're winning despite of the nonsense that's been going on. We're not even at full strength yet. We ain't even got all of our superpowers yet. You know what I'm saying? Neville Gallimore is a name that people forgetting about. Donovan got to come back. D-Law got to come back. Guys like Boss Man got to come back and get healthy. We saw Chauncey Golston last night come in and get his going. You know what I'm saying? Look at
Michael
what we doing
Gallup,
without some
Leo
of the guys that we
Collins.
got. Gallup and Leo. Look at what we doing without. So
B
imagine
team.
what's going to
Right.
happen.
Beating the dog snot out of people with
Right.
B team. I feel you.
I know
Bob.
y'all want to be impatient. I know you want to be, I want this thing. I want us to be the Bucks right now. I want us to be the Chiefs right now. It ain't about who the best is, who gets hot at the end. And we got 14 games to get in mid-season form. This ain't even mid-season. We ain't even Super Saiyan yet. We beat the hell out of these. We got into a fist fight with the GOAT, one of the hottest, youngest quarterbacks in the league right now. We beat the shot Jalen Hurts and them. But look at what we've done at not 100%, and we still got Super Saiyan to go. Just hang tight, man. Believe in your team and enjoy being a fan because it's going to suck when you get to the Super Bowl and we beating the hell out of whoever it is. We got the 32nd overall pick, and you missed it because you was worried about the Carolina Panthers. Live in the moment, man. That's all I got for you. Appreciate you for having me on.
Oh man, I know you ain't talking to me. Talking about leaving the moment, boy. You out your mind?
I said I ain't talking to you, but if you feel like if you feel
Okay,
like
I was just making sure. No. Okay, we good. All right.
Thanks for having me, though.
No, you good. Absolutely, man. I always enjoyed it, Big Voch. All right, man. That was absolutely the final word. This was the final word with Voch. We even cut the music to really hear the final word with the OG, man. Keep up the work you're doing, man. You're a great service to the Cowboy community. And also, Big, thank you for everything that you do, Big Dog. Thank you, OC,
Appreciate you.
for the final word and all the work that everybody put in, man. I really, really do appreciate it, man. Let's just keep doing this all the way till we get to 6, because we all believe and know that this team got everything that it takes to win 6. Absolutely, no doubt. With Mike McCarthy, with what he's doing, and with Dan Quinn, with the changes that we're doing, we saw Osa beat clearly the best center coming out this draft, hands down. We got so much upside, it's scary. So we go watch us close this whole thing out. And thanks again, guys. Let's keep up doing what we're doing.
The final word.
Special guest to the final word,
Voch Lombardi. The final word.
Y'all make sure y'all follow all the pages, man. Go
The
follow
final
Voch,
word.
Lombardi. Go follow Big Game James.
The final word.
And
special
Boss Cowboy
guest to the
Sports.
final word,
Voch Lombardi.
Salute.